Hi, I'm Mrs. Sutton, your virtual Algebra 2 teacher this year. If you've taken virtual classes in the past on Edgenuity, know that this class is going to look very different from what you might be used to. Instead of going to Edgenuity for your daily tasks, we'll be using Canvas as our home base, where I'll be posting all of your notes and assignments. Before we get to all those details, let me introduce myself a little bit. Like I said, I'm Mrs. Sutton. I am married to an aerospace engineer. We actually met in Honors Calc 3 at the University of Oklahoma. So you can see that math actually runs really deep in our veins in my family. I have 3 daughters. I have Leslie, who's 9, and she's going into 4th grade. I have Rose, who's 6, and she's about to start 1st grade. And then I have a little 3.5-year-old named Blair. In my time away from work, I really enjoy spending time with my family. I have 3 sisters and my parents who all live in town. We get together a lot with all of our kids. I also enjoy running. I'm actually training for my 13th marathon right now, and I really love to bake and decorate cakes whenever I have time. This is my 10th year teaching at Jenks High School, teaching math. I actually also graduated from Jenks in 2005. So Jenks is a place where I have spent a ton of time. I have my bachelor's and master's degrees in math education from OU. I've taught everything from geometry all the way up to AP Calculus BC, and I'm really looking forward to teaching you Algebra 2 virtually this year. Before I start getting into specifics, I want to encourage you and your parent to go onto Canvas and to click on the syllabus and read the whole thing. It's going to explain everything that I'm talking about in this video and in greater detail. Because we're not using Edgenuity, we'll be using a variety of technologies instead, including Canvas, Desmos, Big Ideas, Edpuzzle, Loom, and maybe some others too. Every week will be organized into a module in our Canvas course. You'll go to that module each day, and it will say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and underneath that day, you'll do the tasks that are listed. It's really important that you try to stay caught up as much as possible, because it's really easy, if you've taken virtual classes before, you know this, it's really easy to start to fall behind, and it's going to be more and more difficult the further behind you fall. I will be creating and posting all of the notes videos, assignments, quizzes, and tests. There's going to be a new module every week, and the items in your module must be completed sequentially. Each day there will be tasks to complete, and they will also be listed on the calendar. Some assignments will be graded automatically, like if it's a Canvas quiz or if it's through the Big Ideas app, which goes along with our textbooks. And then others I'll have to grade by hand, so that might take me a couple of days to get those updated. Points will not be taken off for late work, but it's really, really important not to let yourself fall very far behind, because the work can really quickly accumulate. The next week's module will be posted and unlocked every Friday. So we're gonna kind of be on a Friday to Friday schedule. The goal would be to finish the weekly module by Friday, midnight at the latest, and then you can start working on the next week's module as soon as that Friday or over the weekend before. All right, so let's talk about what the different components of each module will look like. The first thing that you'll see are notes videos. So several days a week, your work will begin with a video lesson. These will usually be on Edpuzzle, and you're required to watch and participate with these videos. Oftentimes, the video may stop and ask a question, and I am looking for you to answer that to the best of your ability. And periodically, I will put in a notes grade. So if you are not watching those videos or you're not answering the questions, then you will not be getting full credit for those notes grades. It's really, really important for you to watch these videos, because I'm gonna be sharing announcements and things that you need to know, little tips and tricks, in addition to our just regular notes, that will be really, really useful for you and your success in this course. I encourage you to get a spiral notebook and take notes just like you would if you were sitting in a class. So pause the video if you need to write something down, and keep everything in a spiral together. That way all your notes are organized, they're in order, and you're not gonna lose anything. One of the perks of taking a virtual class is that for your quizzes, you'll be taking those at home. So if you have really good notes, that could be really, really helpful for you when it comes time to take a quiz. For your assignments, most days you will have some sort of an assignment. A lot of them will be through the Big Ideas app, which you can access through your class link. Once you click on the Big Ideas app, a lot of you probably might have used it last year, it'll show you the assignment. You'll click on that, and usually they're like either multiple choice or fill in the blank, and those will go along with whatever that day's lesson is. Other days, there might be a worksheet attached on Canvas. And for those days, you don't have to have a printer, but just get your own piece of paper and go ahead and write down your answers and your work, and then you'll take a picture of that worksheet and submit it to Canvas. I do need to be able to read what is in that picture. So just make sure you take a picture that's not blurry. You can either use your phone and use the Canvas app, or you can use the camera on your Chromebook. On the syllabus, you'll see an assignment grading scale. So your grades for your daily assignments will be partially based on completion and effort, and then partially based on accuracy. So, if you complete your assignment on Big Ideas, but you only get 1 out of 20 questions correct, then you're not gonna be getting, full credit just because you completed it. So it's a little bit more mercy than if it were just based on accuracy. So make sure you check that out on our syllabus. Okay, let's talk about quizzes for a minute. Most weeks, if there's not a test, there will be a quiz. All of your quizzes will be online, and you will take those at home. So most of the time they'll be through Canvas. They'll be either multiple choice or like a fill in the blank type of question. And you can use your notes for those. So make sure that you're taking notes once again. You're gonna get 2 attempts for every quiz, so you can retake it once, and then your grade in the gradebook will be the average of your 2 scores. So make sure that first time you're not just blowing through it, because I'm not just gonna take your highest score, I'm gonna take the average of the 2. Most quizzes also will be time limited, so make sure you don't start it until you're ready to actually sit down and take it. And the time limit on the quizzes is usually gonna be right about an hour. Okay, next let's talk about tests. So we'll have probably around 5 tests this semester, and district policy this year is that all tests for virtual students need to be taken in person. So that's a change from last year. So whenever it comes time for a test, there's a test on the calendar, you will need to come up to school during your virtual hour or whenever you have time during the school day, and you'll take that test in the virtual classroom, which is in Building 6. I decided I'm just gonna show you where you're gonna go to take your tests in Building 6 in the virtual room. So I'm leaving the Math Science Center, headed that way. Let's go. Before each test, you'll have a review, and I'm gonna also post a key or a video of me working it out so that I make sure that you are super prepared for what's gonna be on the test and how to do those types of problems. I'm not gonna be doing any test retakes, so that's also a change from Edgenuity. While you'll have 2 attempts for every online quiz, you will not get to retake your test, so make sure you are prepared. Okay, the last component of this class is our final exam. And because I am now doing your curriculum rather than it being through Edgenuity, it's gonna be a lot more closely aligned with everyone who's in person in Algebra 2. And so at Jinx, we give common finals, meaning everyone in the whole district who takes Algebra 2 will have the same final. And so that's gonna apply to you guys as well. You're gonna have the same final as everyone else at Jinx that's taking Algebra 2, and you will need to take it on the one of the 2 finals days at the end of the semester when everybody else is taking finals. I'll give you a lot more details on when and where to take your final, of course, in December, whenever we get to that point. One reason why I'm really excited to be doing Algebra 2 this way instead of on Edgenuity is that hopefully we can develop a little bit more of a personal relationship, and you'll have someone who you can really reach out to, me, if you need help, rather than it just being a person on a video screen. I am in the Math Science building, room 109. I'll be here every single day. Before school, I usually get here by 8:30 at the latest, and then I teach first and second hour in person, and then the rest of the day I'm devoting to virtual. So I will be working from home some of the afternoons, and some afternoons I'll be here in person. But please feel free, if you're on campus, stop by my room anytime you have questions or need help. Before school's the best time, or maybe after second hour, during lunch, you can come by and check if I'm here. And then another way to reach out to me, of course, the best way is through email. I'll be checking my email several times throughout the day. I'm going to respond to you as quickly as I possibly can. I am happy to answer your homework questions. And if there's ever an assignment, a concept, a section that you just can't get, please reach out to me. And I am happy to either schedule a time for you to come in and meet with me in person, or a Google Meet where we can just get together one-on-one and I can help you work through that homework. I am truly here to help you succeed. My goal is to prepare each of you to be able to move on in math next year, to take pre-calc trig or trig college algebra, and really develop that solid foundation of your mathematical skills and understanding. A few reminders to recap some of the important things I talked about. First, use the Canvas module to see your assignments for each day and each week and complete them in order by Friday at midnight. You're free to work ahead within the week, but the next week's assignments will not be unlocked until the Friday before. Daily tasks will also show up in your Canvas calendar. Assignments may be worksheets, big ideas on Desmos, or in some other format. Instructions will be clearly explained on Canvas. Use a spiral notebook for notes. You must watch all notes videos. Here's one thing you need to make sure to pay attention to. You need a handheld TI-84 calculator. Either purchase one soon or come by my room 109 in the Math Science building to rent one as soon as possible. Tests should be taken the day they're assigned in the virtual room in Building 6 during your virtual hour. They must be taken in person and no retakes will be given. If you're unhappy with your test grade and would like an opportunity to earn points back, you need to email me for that assignment. If you have any questions at any time on homework, instructions, technology, or anything, don't hesitate to email me.